friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise in the Show, morning coffee show, where you are awesome. You are part of the creep. You are amazing. Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. We got Hillbilly and Lone Wolf. What's up?
Ain't much going on. I mean, glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to be here. Glad to be there. Glad everybody's here. Whoop, whoop. Hit that like button, everybody. Hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, we got a pretty hot topic today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Let's see. We're going to be talking about mana curve and assessing the mana curve type thing. We got two decks we're going to go through to kind of explain mana curve. We're going to be using Architect. If you're not familiar with it, it's my #1 preferred deck site for listing my decks, checking the bracket system, and seeing how it works. Whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got Real Wiz. What's up, Real Wiz? Getting it up at 6. Oh. So feels like my afternoon. Nice. We got Cleveland, Carolina show. What's up?
What's up?
Hey. Yeah, Hillbilly is talking about you. He wants to try to get you on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're ever interested, hit me up in Discord. If you guys are not a part of Discord, become a part of the Discord. And, you're always invited to games that we play, like Commander games. You're always invited to be on the show, as long as you meet the requirements being 18 plus and very polite.
Yep.
But yeah. So, yeah, we're happy that you're here. We're happy that we're all circumferenced around the subject. But first of all, I want to thank my members of the channel for doing what you do and my subscribers for growing the channel the way they do. I want to share this with a clip. I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do. Whoa, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, as a channel member. Yes, like Tom Mitchell, like Cosmic Seeds, like Coogee Dude, like Captain Waffles. Everybody who's a channel member, you rock, you rule, and everybody subscribed, you do a lot for the show. You like the videos, you share the videos, you do everything you can with the videos. I appreciate you. Yes, you guys rock.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So how are you doing down there, Lone Wolf?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, doing better today. How about you?
Doing pretty good. I'm thinking about dinner plans already. Because I gotta make dinner earlier than most people because the wife wakes up and goes to work earlier. So I gotta make a lunch dinner. Then I gotta pack her a lunch. And right now I'm thinking what sounds really delicious is some grilled cheese sandwiches.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. I like my grilled cheese burnt.
Well, burn your grilled cheeses.
Yeah, it ain't done unless it's burnt.
That's funny. But hey, if it works, right?
Oh yeah.
Huh? Whatever gets it going. I like a little bit burnt cheese, but I get what you're saying. Oh,
yeah.
Woo woo. And thinking about burnt cheese, the mana curve is going to be a fun thing to talk about. But before we get there, we got to get to one important segment of the day, and that is
Card of the Day.
The card
Ooh.
of the day. Yes, one of my personal favorite planeswalkers of the set or of the game is Jace. Jace is one of my favorite planeswalkers. He's probably like the favorite planeswalker. And Jace Mind Sculptor used to be the boogeyman of planeswalkers. He used to be too powerful. Now he's not super powerful compared, but he's still strong. He costs 2 generic, 2 blue. Legendary Planeswalker Jace. You can +2 to look at the top card of your library or target player's library, anybody's library. You may put that card on the bottom of that player's library, so you can manage the top deck of your library or the top deck of your opponent's library, and kind of control what they're drawing and what they're not drawing. It's crazy. Yeah.
Interesting.
For 0 ability, you get a brainstorm. You get a draw 3 cards and put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. And his -1 ability is return target creature to its owner's hand. His -12 is just end all be all, exile all cards from target player's library and shuffle them into their exile all cards from the target player's library, and that player shuffles their hand into their library. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful effect, and this is the first planeswalker with 4 different abilities. Not the only planeswalker anymore, but the first planeswalker with 4 different abilities, and he was too powerful in the time they printed him. In fact, he got banned from Standard. A little too late, but he got banned in Standard with the Cobblade pieces too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hated seeing this, man, but dang, Blake, it's such a great card. I wish I had this in paper, but I ain't got it.
Yeah, I don't have many myself. I have one in my cube and one in my Planeswalker deck. It's like a $20 price tag on this card, so it's still worth it.
Yeah.
$20. The Bloomborough version of this card is high as heck.
Heck, yeah. That's because it's such a great planeswalker.
Mm-hmm. For 4 mana, you're really getting your value out of a Planeswalker.
Yep.
Yeah. And Lone Wolf will be proud-ish because the Bloomborough version is a fox. It's closer to a wolf than it is to a human.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Now let's get to the picture of the day. Woo woo. The Muppets' last coffee break.
So what are you saying? This is my last coffee break?
Right. That's funny. I was trying to get a really cool T-Rex with Muppets and everything, and this is the best I could get in the time frame I had. And I'm like, I was going to do a Last Supper joke, but like, I know the joke is the T-Rex eats all the Muppets. Yeah. That was the joke I was going for. But yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Hope that you guys enjoy the picture. It was really funny. MTG Game Dual Brain is high as heck. You're funny. All right. But with that was the picture of the day. Now let's get to talking about the mana curve, a commander deck discussion. And Lone Wolf said he wanted to lead this. Right? Is that what you said, Lone Wolf?
Sounds great.
Yeah. No, I want to learn more about it.
Okay. I'm just playing around. Yeah,
Same thing, right?
Right. You want to learn? Want to lead the discussion? I'm kidding. No, seriously, this is a conversation I think needs to be had in the community. We play against people who are really good at deck building. We got people who struggle with deck building, and I think we need to even out the tier of the players. Help people understand how to up bracket their decks. And I think understanding the mana curve is like that. And there's more than just the mana curve. This is a deck discussion. We're going to look at a couple decks and show why the decks work and talk about what are important in the deck to fit the mana curve and what you want to do. Because the mana curve is important. It is. Like, most people think the mana curve is just to see how many cards they have in a certain bracket of their deck or a certain section of their deck, but really, the mana curve kind of tells you how your deck's going to play before you even play it. Ooh. Yeah, because your deck is finite. If you didn't know, your deck is finite. It has 99 cards plus your commander. And the 99 cards don't switch. They don't change what they're inside, unless you upgrade your deck between games. I guess it does change, but it doesn't change during the gameplay. And it shouldn't, or you're cheating. But all right. Let's get to it. The first thing I want to bring up, let me see. I'm bring up my bracket 4 deck, and I'm going to show you the difference between a bracket 4 deck and a bracket 3 deck. Because I think this bracket 4 deck is more of a bracket 3 with some power, and the bracket 3 deck is more of a bracket 2 with some 3 power. Share screen. All right, here is my Tulane deck. Whoop, whoop. See, it says it's bracket 4 optimized. It plays like a 3 until it goes off. Its win condition kind of steals the game, so that's why bracket 4 is fitting. You look at the list, and you're like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Let me see if I can. Boom. All right. Well, let me do that.
Mana value.
There we go. This is the mana value of the deck. I didn't know it would let me do that. That's pretty cool. So this deck does run 37 lands, which is normally one less than I would normally run. I'd like to run 38 in general. But this deck was built before I did the 38 land thing. I actually added a land to this deck to draw more lands, which is 37, and it seems to work. But if you look at it, you look at the mana values, you'll see why it works. You can see 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are pretty solid. They're close by to numbers, but you see the most mana value cards in my deck, like the most drops in my deck that are low are 2 drops. And each one is Arcane Signet, Coiling Oracle, Counterspell, Cyclonic Rift, which Cyclonic Rift should be in the 7, really. Hydrated Krasis, Kin Bonded Prodigy, Lightning Greaves, Memory Lapse, Pond Prophet, Rampant Growth, Reality Shift, Secure Tribe Elder, Sylvan Caryatid, and the Allspark. Whoop whoop. Okay. So I want you to notate the bulk of my 2 drops are mana ramp. Right?
Yep.
That's very important. That means with the high rate of 2 drops in this mana curve, I'm almost guaranteed to see mana ramp early game. And to kind of go on to that, Birds of Paradise adds to it. It's a 1 drop, but I could throw in my 2 drops as a mana dork. We also got Soul Ring, so that adds to the 2 drop. Even though they're 1 drops, I add them to the 2 drops because I expect to see them mixed in there. Because Worldly Tutor's not a drop. I'm running very low removal. I got Swords of Plowshare, Path of Exile, Reality Shift. But what makes this deck a little different, and where the 3 drops come in to kind of negate the fact that 2 drops are kind of short compared to the rest of the deck, and I'll explain what I mean by short, is my 3 drops. I got Cultivate for land ramp, Edric Spymaster for draw, Eternal Witness to double down on my spells. I got Risen Reef to draw a card. I got Eurotide Nature's Wrath to draw more cards. So between the 2 and 3 drops, I got a lot of draw and ramp. But this deck works on draw. And what I want to get to is the reason why I ramp and draw is because when you get to the 4 drop category, you got a win condition. You got more ramp. You got removal. You got Panorama just because triggers. You got Supreme Verdict or wipe. You got Tameo Collector Tales, Recursion to replay those 2-3 drops. Timeless Witness to get those 2 and 3 drops back. Wrath of God. So you can see the removal is kind of small in this deck. But with the ramp between 2 and 3 drops, it lets me know that I'm going to have more mana out by turn 6 than the average person, which is what is needed.
Yep.
Right? And in the 5 drops, we got a Aesthetic Slime, Johnny Mentor Heroes, Fumigate, which is a board wipe, Simic Visionary, Murphing Liege, Seedborn Muse, which lets me use my mana during other people's turn, Tatiova, Bathnic Druid, which is draw, Time Walk effect, and a board wipe. Don't mind the Time Walk effects, those are just win conditions for the deck. Time wipe is a board wipe. So you can see this deck really leans onto its board wipe effects when needed.
Yep.
Then anything above that 5 mana cost is a bomb, like AZ Tire, draw, bomb, Bane in Progress. Blows up all artifacts, +1 counter synergies there. You got Deadeye Navigator, which is combo piece. You got Farewell, which is a board wipe. Lumra, which is a bomb. Mana Reflection, which adds more mana. Prime Speaker's Zagana, which is draw. Sun Titan, which is recursion for the small drops. And another Time Walk effect. So I can go deeper into this deck, but we're not talking about the deck. We're talking about the curve. If we look at the curve, we got 8 1-drops, 15 2-drops, 9 3-drops, 8 4-drops, 10 5-drops, 9 6-drops. So this means my deck will be even out between the costing of spells that I play. You got 2 7-drops here, by the way, but they're not important because what I want to show is my 2-drops will mix in with all these. So I guarantee 2 drops will see play by turn 1, turn 2. Like turn 1, in my opening hand, I should have a 2-drop, if not 2. But everything else will be well mixed. And 3 and 4 drops are crucial because I want to play a 3-drop turn 3 and a 4-drop turn 4. And that means in my hands, 5 drops and 6 drops will be seen as well. Possibly a 7-drop. But we also get Chilean. So this mana curve, what it's telling you, because I got 15 2-drops and 8 1-drops. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I have 23 cards in the deck. 23 cards in the deck. Let me mathematic it out. I mean, it's out of 23 cards in the deck, 76 of the other cards will be land or 3 drops, 4 drops, 5 drops, 6 drops. Right? So 76 cards of the deck are not 1 or 2 drops. And now 99. That's pretty powerful. Let's see. This is why I'm trying to figure something out. Let me go to my calculator here. Let's see. We got that is a good 36% chance I'm going to see. That is a good 36% chance I'm going to see something in my opening hand, which is pretty decent. That's 1 drop, 2 drop. Sorry about my brain space there. Yeah. Oh man. So but like this deck rigs itself a little because there's a lot of draw in this deck. So I'm guaranteed to see a lot of these drops because of the draw rate in this deck is insane. It's insane. It's insane in the membrane. Insane. Core.
So core.
Yeah. So proud. So happy. But let me go over here. Let me. Oh, it won't let me do the same thing over here. Well, it won't let me organize the deck the way I did mine.
Well.
But can you see the screen?
Yep.
All right. So there's a little mana ramp here, right? This is Zimone. This is Hillbilly's deck. There's 13 2-drops, 18 3-drops, 10 4-drops, 7 5-drops, 8 6-drops, 3 7-drops, 3 8+ drops. Dang. Now, these bigger numbers can be cheated out in play by manifesting them.
Yep.
That's the point of this deck, to manifest those creatures. But the biggest issue I see is the 2-drops is a lot lower than 3-drops. So you're going to see more 3-drops in your hand than you're going to see 2-drops.
Correct.
Right. But now let's go up here. Let's look at the ramp. You got a 3-drop. That's kind of ramp. Explorer, not guaranteed. 2-drop. You got a 4-drop. Draw Spiral. The 2-drop. That's card draw with a ramp. You can ramp. You got Journey of Discovery, which is puts land in your hand unless you entwine. Crown with Reach is 3. And this says Renewal is 6. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ramp of Growth, which is the best card on this list for ramp. You got Scroll of Fate, which is really cool. The manifesting is really good.
Yep.
Trail of Mystery, which says it's ramp, but I don't see how it's ramp. It doesn't tap for mana, but you know, it does good stuff there.
Well, it does look for a land, though.
Oh yeah, well, that works.
That's why it's considered ramp.
All right, puts it in your hand. Okay. Unexpected Results, which can be ramp, but not guaranteed. Wilderness Exploration. So your ramp is a little expensive.
Yep.
Like mana value. You have My Elder, it's 3-drops. Worldspine Worm is, you know, something you really want to get out there later game. Tallest Tracker, that's card draw. Tattoo of Bethany Druid is card draw. Solemn Simulacrum, 4-drop. Mana Fetcher.
And draw if it gets killed.
Right. Yeah, 6. Shriekwood Devourer, Scoots Worm, Secure Tribe Elder, which is 2 mana, which is powerful. Pretty good. Yeah, Paranormal Analyst, Overlord of the Hotwoods, Overgrown Zilliot, which is a 2 mana dork. Pretty good. Oran Reef Hydra, Voltani, all right. Lotus Cobra, which is all right. Pretty good. Kona, yeah. Yeah, Coma, which is pretty powerful. I'm trying to look for the ramp in your 3-drops. Right here. We're looking at these are creatures. All right. So in this deck, looking at the basis type, the ramp is about a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to see speed in your deck. Let me scroll down here. You're not going to see speed in your deck turn 2 very much. You're going to see all your speed at turn 3. So you're going to be a turn behind, like my Chilean deck.
Exactly.
Yeah, you definitely need to get more ramp in this deck. There's a lot more 2-drop ramp spells in this deck.
Mm-hmm.
But what the mana curve tells you is things are not going to get exciting for you until turn 3 hits. So you're going to probably take turn 3, turn 4 to ramp to play your 6, 7 spells.
Correct.
You know, and this is not a like a critique of how bad the deck is, because the deck works pretty good in general. I'm just telling you how the mana curve shows you how the deck will be played. You know, the mana curve is because part of knowing your deck and knowing your mana curve is goes hand in hand. Deck knowledge, how much removal, how much a cat can jingle a ball in the living room if you can hear that. That's a joke because my cat's playing with a jingle ball. Yeah. So like you can tell if you know how much removal, what mana cost removal is, how much your ramp is, how much it costs, and you can apply it to your mana curve. It shows you where you're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know for a fact there's not many board wipes in this deck.
No, sure ain't.
And you're running a tiny 36 lands in this deck. Tiny.
Yep.
You need more lands in this deck, dude. That's a critique right there. This deck likes to pump out land. You need that land.
Yep, it does.
But yeah, but anyways, well, you definitely need the land because you do have landfall triggers, and this deck could be a really good landfall deck, and it'd do better if there was more land in here. Because you got some decent spells. Like if you want Retreat Core Helm to do some extra work, you got to get some more lands in the battlefield. Same with Retreat to Kazandu. But yeah, I can see where it's going. Like you could honestly take out Propaganda. Not saying you have to or to do it, and put a land in the deck because you only got that one instance of that spell.
That's the only game changer that's in this deck.
Propaganda is a game changer? No,
Cyclonic Rift. I mean,
Cyclonic Rift, yeah, and also the only board wipe in your deck.
Yep.
All right, so
there should be another board wipe.
Yeah, I know.
Oversimplify.
Oversimplify. Yeah, right here.
And I don't like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, there's definitely some upgrading this deck can use.
Yeah, that Oversimplify. It's just a weird board wipe. And I don't understand the potential that it has.
Right.
Unless you have the most creatures on the battlefield. Then there's great potential for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of backwards, right?
Yep.
Right. All right. So, anyways, you're running low on removal. You do have Beast Within.
Mm-hmm.
You do have Counterspell. You do have Cyclonic Rift, which you could play for 2, but it's 7.
Right.
Yeah, Azuri's Perdition, which is pretty good. Yeah, Oversimplify, like you were talking about.
Ugh.
Yeah, Reality Shift and Trigon Predator. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 removal spells, which is not horrible for a deck, but you could definitely use more.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to look at is the mana values. Yeah, 3 for Beast Within, which is decent. Beast Within's good. Counterspell's good. 2-3 mana is where you want to be with removal spells. Mainly 2 mana, but 3 mana is like kind of pushing it and power leveling your decks. Cyclonic Drift is a game changer because 7 mana to return everybody else's stuff to that is pretty good. Azuri's Perdition. In this deck, it works because the 3 green pips is kind of heavy in a 3-color deck. Oversimplify costs 5 mana. Reality Shift costs 2 mana. And Trigon Predator, which is actually solid at 3 mana. So, what I want to put here is if you look at the mana values of these cards, you're not pushing a lot of removal in your decks.
Right.
Luckily for you, you're running 2-color decks, so the 2 blue and Counterspell ain't going to affect you too much. But it does suggest that you're not going to play it till turn 3. You know, because you're going to want to force out in the battlefield. You're going to want to blue out in the battlefield. So turn 3, you're going to have one or the other that are doubled.
Right.
Right. Counterspell is still strong in this deck. But I'm just saying you're not going to play it turn 3 unless you play your deck out like turn 1 island, turn 2 island, turn 3, or in the loop of turn 2, you're going to counterspell, which I don't think you're going to do. But you can do that.
Well,
you know,
one thing about Counterspell, that's the only counter that's in the deck. The rest of it is just removal.
Well, you opened up Foundations, right?
Yeah.
You should have gotten a Refute. That would have been good in your deck. Refute's amazing. It costs 3 mana, 1 generic, 2 blue, a counter target spell. Then you draw a card, then discard a card.
Yeah, I have to check that and see if I got that or not.
Yeah, you definitely need some more removal in this deck. we're looking at the removal is the mana values are high.
Yep.
So this means your deck's not going to worry about removing anything until like turn 5, turn 6 in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so if I were to give a good critique on this deck, I'd say you need more ramp and more removal on this deck. More land ramp and cheaper land ramp too.
Yep.
And there's plenty out there. You might have a lot in your collection.
Yeah, may have. I just had to check, and I got so many cards, and that's just a lot of searching.
Right.
Yeah,
But
it takes time.
Yeah, in the mana curve of things, you're like here's a fair assessment. You see, there's 18 cards in your 3 drops. You got 10 cards in your 4 drops, and then 8 cards in your second and your 8 drops. Your 4 and 6 drops will mix very, very much with your 3 drops and kind of choke out the chances of you getting your 2 drops. And you need your 2 drops.
Right.
And your 2 drops need to be ramp and removal. That's the thing. And in blue removal, there's removal out there in green. There's Pongify in blue if you have a Pongify somewhere. Pongify destroys a creature and makes a 3/3 ape creature. Yeah. But like the mana curve, what it suggests and what we're getting at here in this particular deck is it's showing you that your pull rate's not going to be anything until turn 3, turn 4, turn 6. 5 is actually minuscule, too minuscule to really care about. You're gonna want to ramp into your 6, 7 spells before you play 5 spells.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see.
There's a percentage thing on the bottom down there.
Well, hold on. One of the rules I always use when building a deck is cards with the same mana value as my commanders. Would I play this card instead of the commander? That's a good question, Corey. Good question. All right, let's see. Boom. Yep. This is telling you the percentage of your draw rate. Your counters is 1% or 1 at 7%, and 7% is low. Your finishers are 7%. You're not going to see your finishers very much. Your land it says in 36, 96%, but you need more land, and that goes with your ramp. Landfall is 1%. You need more landfall going on. Protections 1% to 7%. You need more of that. Ramp is 61%, but it's too high of a mana value. You need more 2 drops. Like I say, 61% chance you'll get your ramp. But like you got your Soul Ring, you got your Arcane Signet. Cool. You got Rampant Growth. Cool. You got Secure Tribal. Cool. That's 4 cards that are 2 mana. You need more 2 mana, and this is what this is showing you. Recursions 14% out of 2, which is not bad, but you definitely would want a Eternal Witness in your deck. Removals 41% of 7, which is removal needs to be higher. These percentage rates are chances of drawing into them too.
Okay.
So 41% is less than 50. Your vehicle, that doesn't matter because you only have 1 vehicle, and
right.
It's
only in there for ramp.
Right. And down here it's telling you your creature, land, ramp, and remove all your highest things you're gonna draw. And as we got seen, you don't have a lot of removal. You don't have a lot of good ramp. I still think you need more land, even though it's the tallest thing. And your creature base is good. Your creature base is good. But like I said, the mana curve is showing you is you definitely need more 2 drops that are ramp. And there's plenty of out there. You just got to find them. Some of them annoyingly are like a few bucks a piece because they search for forests. Like three visits, search for a forest. And the reason why it's expensive because they can search for those triomes, those dual lands, and things like that.
Oh,
yeah. So if you have like a shock land in your deck, like a breeding pool, you can search it out and put it in the battlefield.
Interesting.
And you could also use creatures creature ramp, because what you need to do based on this, you need your 2 drops to get your 6 drops by turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
You need to push that late game and stuff going on quick, and that's what the mana ramp is showing.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything Lone Wolf wants to add or ask?
Which is the preferred way for ramp? Would you rather have stuff like Elvish Mystic, Landwar Elves, or would you rather have stuff like the Rampant Growth, Farseek? Which one would be better for a deck?
Well, let's be honest. That depends on the deck. In Hillbilly's case, a few mana dorks like Birds of Paradise and whatnot would be good. But since he wants the landfall triggers, he wants the mana fetching spells. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like in elves, makes more sense to run your line war elves and your little, I can't remember what they're called, the Sylvan elves or whatever, the 1-drop elves, all the 1-drop elves. It makes sense there because not only do you get your mana ramp and you get your widespread, you get to pump them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and let me show you something different. Let me go back here. Let's go a little bit crazy. Boom. All right. Oh, it automatically did it. Nice. Yep. Yep. Boom! Here's my Dragons of the Jank. That's what I named the deck on Architect.
No.
Now here's a 5-color deck. Now this would be a deck where you just want the mana fixing in general.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got very low 1-drops. Your 2-drops and 3-drops are mixed. You got more 3-drops and 2-drops. Your 4-drops are huge. So you got board wipes. You got game changers. You got removal, ramp, removal. Yes. Now let's look at the mana curve. The mana curve, 2 is a 10, 3 is a 14. Now in this case, I'll add those 2 together, make 24 2 and 3 drops. That's when I'm planning on playing things. That's why my deck's kind of slow. But my 4 drops, 5 drops are low because my 6 drops is where I'm going to get to. That's my dragons, basically. That's pretty much all my dragons, most in general. 7, 8 are expensive, but that's because I cheat them out. You got 4 1-drops. So out of 99 cards, you got 24, 28 1, 2, 3 drops. And then I count on that as like 30 to 40% my opening hand rate. Now let's look at the difference between Hillbilly's deck, where you saw a lot of 7 percentiles. Like my Anthem effect, so 7% because I don't draw an Anthem. My draw ability to draw cards in this deck is 5 out of 31%. My land is 97% at 38 lands. Woof.
Wow.
Right? Got 2 protection spells, 14%. Ramp is 11. 11 ramp spells in this deck.
Wow.
57%. That means 57%, almost 60% of the time, I'm guaranteed to have ramp in my opening hand. And if I don't have an opening hand, there's turn 1, turn 2, I'm guaranteed to draw into it, basically. Removal is 13 at 64% because I need to slow down everybody else while everything else bad on my list here catches up. My tutors 1. There's a couple tutors in this deck, but 1 is 7%. Board wipes is 50%. 50%.
Wow. That's 9 board wipes too.
Hey.
Wow.
Yes. Board wipes are a tool in this deck. Board wipes are needed because my deck runs too slow on everything else it needs to do, that I need to be able to board wipe your guys' board so I can catch up. I tell people we're in board wipes.
Yeah, true.
Dragons, 15 dragons, 70%. I can guarantee to have a dragon in my opening hand almost every game.
Yep.
And haste is 6%, 36%. That's pretty good.
Hmm.
So based off what I tell you, I need to ramp out so I can play my 4 or 5 mana board wipes. There's board wipes and certain things. Let me go here, up here. Let's look at the removal and board wipes, like Arcane Signet, Dreadboard, Farseek, Herd Heirloom, which is ramp, Lightning Greaves, which is protection, Orb of Dragonkind is ramp, Swift of Boots protection, Sylvan Library is draw, 3 Visits is ramp, Up the Beanstalk, which I think you might have one of those, Hillbilly.
I think I do.
Is draw. So you can see my two slots are dedicated to ramp mainly. There's removal in there and a couple protection, but ramp. My 1 drops, expedition map, ramp map. That's mana fixing. Since it's divine top, draw, Soul Rings ramp, Wayfarer's Bauble is ramp.
Since the divining top. Yeah, such a great card.
Yeah, it is. So you can tell my 1 and 2 drops in this mana curve is all about fixing and ramping. Now let's go to my 3 drops. You got removal, ramp. You got ramp, draw, haste, draw, removal, haste, and draw. Now you can see my 1, 2, 3 drops are all basically about ramping, removal, and drawing. And in your curve, that's where you want things to be. You need that ramp. You need that draw. You know, this is good deck building advice if you're out there. Like if your early stuff is fixing your game for the late game, you need that. Okay. So when we get to the 4 drops, you got Damnation. You got Gifts Ungiven, which is a semi-tutor. You tutor for 4 cards and you get to keep 2 of them based off an opponent. Inevitable Defeat, which is removal. You got a Board Wipe Dragon. You got Ramp. You got removal and a Board Wipe. So you see, my deck's all about setting up, and that's what the mana curve showing you. 1, 2, and 3 is all about business. 4 is about keeping me there. 5 is about keeping me safe, and when I get to 6, 7, 8, that's when my game starts to play. So I got to keep my game play,
right?
You know, going on, and my lands are serious. And no, don't get me wrong. I do got ways of cheating things. I got removal. I got more ramp. Got control, more ramp, board wipes, all that fun stuff. I think this deck list might be a little outdated. Did I take out all his dust? I think I took out all his dust or something. I'll have to check it out. Probably another board wipe. But yeah. So the mana curve shows you that the mana curve shows you in this list that ramp, draw, and removal are my main things to care about. So what that means is I'm protecting my litter game. Let's see. Let's go here. Can't do that. Boop. Let's go here.
Core 2.
This is a bracket 2. Yep. Now look at this. I got my 1-drops are Birds of Paradise, Devil's Play, which doesn't count, Elvish Mystic, Primal Might, which doesn't count, and Soul Ring. But my 2-drops is draw ramp, removal, ramp, draw, ramp. That doesn't count. The weird draw, protection, draw, ramp, protection, and ramp. So my 2-drops in this list suggest I want to ramp to get to my bigger spells, which I do. In my 3-drops, you got removal, ramp, draw, ramp, draw, can be ramp, draw, kind of ramp, removal. Are you guys seeing a consistent between my decks, a consistency between my decks? Yeah. Like your draw and ramp are so crucial for your deck. Your removal is crucial for your deck too, but you're dedicating your 1, 2, and 3-drops in your mana curve for wrapping up your decks. And you can see it's tough. I got 13 2-drops. 2-drops is the highest count I got in the deck. I got 12 3-drops, which is really close to my 2. So 2 3-drops I should see a lot of. And 11 4-drops. And so 2, 3, and 4-drops is what I'm going to see the most in my opening hands. Let's get down to the percentage down here. Burn, doesn't matter. Creature, 50%. Draw, 77%. Invasion, 14%. Land, 37 lands, 97%. Landfall, 14%. Protection, jump, pump, ramp. 11 sources of ramp in this deck. 11. 57%. Wow. Yeah. Recursion, doesn't matter.
I have a question really quick then.
Yes.
Do you consider growth spiral and stuff like that technically card draw, even though it's not consistent?
I consider card draw probably ramp.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's another issue I struggle with. Deck building is trying to find consistent card draw compared to like a one-time card draw.
Yeah. So cards like that. I like growth spiral. I look at it and I'm like, well, this is guaranteed draw, possibly ramp. So I look at it and I'm thinking there's like 20% chance I'm going to draw land. There's about 30% chance I'm going to have land in my hand. So I'm guaranteed to draw, but I'm not always guaranteed to drop that land. So I look at it as card draw more than ramp, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm going to show you something different. Boom. Right here. Waiting for the ads to pop up. Gonna exit the ads. And now we're going to go through my Rafika the mini deck. This deck, this is my personal deck, not the giveaway deck. But just look at how many 1 and 2 drops are in this deck. Yeah.
Wow.
16 1-drops, 25 2-drops. You have 11 3-drops, and everything else is minuscule.
Wow, that's a lot of 2-drops.
That's because this deck focuses on playing stuff turn 1, turn 2. It's an upgraded 3 deck. But when I show you how much removals in this deck, you'll see how crazy it is. How much ramp is in this deck is how crazy it is.
Hmm.
So you got 16 1-drops, 25 2-drops, 11 1-drops, and look, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are pretty much just almost non-existent.
Wow.
Let's get down here. Ramp, 3 ramp cards, 20%.
Hmm.
Right? There's tons of pump spells in this deck, 54%.
Wow.
7 protection spells, which is 41%. 34 land. That's dangerous. I can't believe I'm looking at that number and being okay with it. In fact, 6%. Finisher, 1%. There's more than one way to finish in the stack. That's talking about a finisher in particular, like a card.
Right.
Evasion, 6%, 36%. Draw, 7, 41%.
Hmm.
Exalted, 9, 50%. Tutor,
Wow.
7 tutors, 41%. This deck does not rely on ramp, everybody. But it is going to be consistently giving me 1 and 2 drops.
Hmm.
This deck has 3 ramp spells, meaning I'm guaranteed to not have one in my hand most games. Right?
Okay.
This deck has only 5 removal spells in it. And they're bad.
What do you mean they're bad? Show them to us.
Okay, so I got a Swords of Plowshare, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got... Would I even have a Path to Exile in this deck? No. Oh, yeah, I do got a Path to Exile in the deck. I got Path to Exile in this deck, which is good. But... Where's the 2 drops? Because I know it's going to listen to the 2 drops, but it's not good as a 2-drop. Yeah, Winds of Abandon, which costs 2 mana to exile a creature you don't control, or 6 mana as a board wipe.
Hmm. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed you only got one game. I noticed you only got one game changer in this.
1 listed game changer.
Oh.
Right? This is actually the only card listed as a game changer. But you go to my 3 drops. I got a tutor there. I got a tutor there.
Wow.
I got other tutors in this deck. I guarantee it.
You just a tutor, ain't you?
Yes, I'm tutoring. I got a good recursion. But look at that. Can I? No. Yeah, look. There's that's my mana curve right there.
Wow. Awesome.
So what the mana curve shows in this deck is that my consistency with knowing that I don't have much removal in this deck, that I'm solely relying on my mana base to fix itself.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but usually my mana base does fix itself. I've got a pretty good mana base. So This is telling me I'm going to be aggro based on the deck type I have. I'm going to be aggro, and I can't afford to not be aggro. I got to attack with everything I got as soon as I can, which is 1 creature that's built up. A lot of draw in this deck, by the way. Like, let me show you. Where is it? That's not draw. I don't have that original like glitters in here. Draw, canopy cover. There's a tutor right there. Almari's Call. That's a draw effect. Coursebury Dancer gives draw. Lipaw tutors, it draws. Literal Core, it draws. Mask of Avacyn, it's hexproof. Moon Circuit Hacker loots, so that's draw. Open the Armory, that tutors, that draws.
Wow.
Spectral Flight gives flying. Ramsey Editor draws cards. Sterling Grove tutors, so that draws a card. Sword of the Animist ramps when the creature attacks.
Hmm.
You got Wargate, which tutors for anything that with mana value X that's draw. Shielding Plaques draws when it comes into play. Idyllic Tutor, tutoring is drawing. Helios Pilgrim is a tutor, it draws. Yeah, there's plenty of draw in this deck. Galea Kindler Hope lets me play cards off the top of my library. That's considered a draw. Celestia, the Cultivator, helps us draw. Retether, Reanimate. Yeah. Bruna, Light of Alabaster, reanimates. Sovereign Laura, tutors for an aura. Draw. There's plenty of draw in this deck. There's a lot of draws.
Yeah, it is. I see that.
Yeah. And that's to make up for the ramp that I don't have.
Wow.
You know? Oh, yeah. But my lord. Whew. But yeah, so based off those decks, is there any questions you guys might have, or is there something you'd like to highlight that you learned about today?
I mean, it's a very interesting, and learned a lot today from it, from the stream today. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad you learned a lot because I'm trying to, because like we as a community we need to build each other up for sure and help each other out.
Yep.
Anything you like to add, Lone Wolf?
Well, there's actually a couple things I learned, and actually probably something that might help me from what I've noticed on your decks is you basically like your 1, 2s, and 3s basically to be card draw, ramp, and removal, right? Right. And then worry about the rest basically. Past that, you can pretty much do a mixture of whatever you want. Is that
right?
That's probably one of the better beneficial ways of building a deck. Which, for me, when I go to build a deck, I never took cost into account. If it looked good to me, I just threw it in, and some of that stuff would be 4 or 5 drop removal spells and draw. And so I think what you showed, I think that would actually make deck building a lot easier for someone like me. I normally don't build decks from the ground up. I start with a pre-con. So for me, I want to try to build my own deck. So knowing some of this information, I think will help quite a bit.
That's good. That's good. I'm so happy to hear that because that was a lot of thinking I had to go through and assessing, you know. And I used the HILLBILLY's deck to kind of break down to show where the other decks I showed you where the need for the 1, 2, and 3 drops to do what you want the most in those early games. Because don't be wrong, there's a lot of powerful cards out there, but you need to get there. You know,
right?
You need to get there. And in HILLBILLY's deck's case, he's a landfall deck. Cares about lands. His commander's landfall. Needs more land, more protection, more removal, more ramp. You know.
Correct.
Right, and I want to show him that because I don't think you should tear apart the deck. Your deck is good. Look, I made manifest tokens just for that deck.
Oh, true. Very true.
But yeah. Anyways, well, also that one blue spell that manifests when it removes a creature is a really solid spell too.
Yeah.
But anyways, my friends, I can't believe we're here, but we need to get to.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG, are you game? Rise, creep, rise. Building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon. No one can bring us down. MTG in the house. We own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
All right. It is time to get to the shill section. We're actually way past time to get to be here. But we're here. We're still good. Dinner's not gonna be tough to make today, so we're gonna start off with the one and only Lone Wolf.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me a part of the show. I learned quite a bit. I just want to say, let's get you guys your numbers up. We got Tortoise over 1,000. I think we can get them up to 1,500. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I appreciate that. And with that, we got HILLBILLY.
Hey, everybody. Today is Tuesday, but since today is Tuesday, it's Euro Battles today on Arena. But not only that, tonight at 7 o'clock, we're playing. Whoa, my light just turned off. Anyway, tonight at 7 o'clock, we're doing Commander Game Bracket 3. So if you want to play Commander, make sure you get a hold of me in the Discord, or if you can't get a hold of me, get hold of Tortoise, and he can get a hold of me and tell me that he's got somebody, and then you'll have a seat at the bell table. And that's at 7 o'clock tonight. That's all I got planned for today.
Nice. Whoop, whoop.
Anti battles and Commander.
Sounds good. With that, everybody, this is Super Fast Tortoise. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for chilling out. I hope you learned something good. Hit that like button. Share this video with a friend. You know, if they need to watch something like this, let's get people on the same page as us, because we want more people to play, more people to be involved and have the same deck ideas going on. With that, my friends, thank you, my channel members, subscribers, for being here, for liking the video. Thank you, everybody, for being here who's watched, just strolled in, said hello. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you want to see more content like this, you rock, you roll. Let's get there. Let's get the subs up. And with that, I want to remind you that you're amazing, that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and or do something positive today, because you might be the change someone needs today. And with that, we're going to get to the end scene.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good